management or ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
There we go.
Get ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Jason Bible.
Hot mics.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Texans yesterday got another reminder that the Super Bowl, their road to the Super Bowl, runs right through Foxborough. That's just the reality of it, guys. Until that duo retires, I don't think we're going to make it to the Super Bowl. Just a little FYI. For those of you Texans fans out there that were shocked at yesterday's game, that's just the greatest duo of all time. I don't know what to say. Now, the Astros, on the other hand, that's a whole different story. So anyways, we're not here to talk about sports today. Great weekend, opening weekend for football. So I imagine half of you that are listening to this show are full of joy, happiness at your fantasy football team. And the other half of you are just downtrodden and completely depressed. So depends how your fantasy football team went. Here's what I'll tell you. What will fix your fantasy football blues is going out and buying a house. That will fix your fantasy football blues. Guaranteed to fix your fantasy football blues. Now, I fall into the happy camp because I destroyed one of my buddies by about 30 points this week. And so that was fantastic. Although I wasn't real happy to see Aaron Rodgers come off the field there in the second quarter. But in any case, if you want to feel better today, go buy a house. So in that theme, we have been making offers this past weekend like it's going out of style. I cannot get properties under contract fast enough. I ran out of checks in my checkbook on Friday. So let's go through the process of buying a house. You make an offer. You hand over a contract to a seller. It gets signed, executed, and now we're going to do our due diligence. Notice how I said now we're going to do our due diligence. These are for offers on MLS. So we make an offer, get it under contract. Now we have to write some checks. We got to write an earnest money check, usually for $1,000 or 1% of the purchase price, depending on how you negotiate. And then we have to write a check for an option fee. So for every house I put under contract, I've got to write 2 checks. I will be 100% transparent with you here in the audience. I have no idea how many properties I have under contract right now. I have no clue. None. I have no idea. There's a spreadsheet hopefully somewhere that has all these properties on it, but I honestly have no clue. I think it's somewhere between 25 and 35 doors at this point. I'm literally we're writing contracts as fast as we can. I'm working with 3 different agents in our office. And as soon as we get something under contract, I'm calling Jeremy Humphrey over at Principal Inspections to send one of his guys out to do an inspection. We got a couple of inspection reports back this past weekend. Some need some foundation-related assessment. So I'm going to be calling the guys over at Foundation Check to go out there and take a look at the houses. But literally, I'm managing this as contracts go out, emails come back in, and I'm literally just going to the next step, just banging it out as fast as possible. And when somebody asked me this weekend, "Oh, Jason, I heard you got like 9 houses under contract in a week," and I said, "Bro, I don't think it's 9. I think it's like 30." But honestly, I know for a fact I'm closing on 8 doors in October. Those are absolutely, that's part of that package. I'm totally buying those. The other ones are still in the assessment phase. And there's a couple in there that, I mean, we're getting stuff accepted under contract that unless the day before closing we go out to look at the house and the only thing that's left is a foundation, that we're closing on these things. I mean, unless it burns to the ground the day before closing, we're buying these things. If you go back a year ago, one of the things I told you guys, in fact, I've got it up right here. Let me see. It's one of my background photos. Here we go. This was the article from April 11th, 2018. But I told you guys in the preceding September, right after Hurricane Harvey, and towards the end of Q4 2017, I said, guys, this is going to be like 2008, 2009 all over again in Houston. That is exactly what's happening out there. Now, I'll tell you what, I think I'm really early on this thing. It's one of the other reasons why I'm looking at the non-performing note business. I think I'm really early here, but I'll tell you what, I can already see it. We got sellers out there in Houston, Texas, that are selling entire neighborhoods. I mean, you could look. So when a wholesaler sends me a deal, and I'm like, oh, this looks like a pretty sweet deal. I'll make an offer to the wholesaler. I then immediately go to MLS and I start looking at all the properties available on MLS in the same neighborhood. How many can I buy in that same neighborhood? Do you know why I do that? Let's say I get 3 or 4 under contract in that same neighborhood. It's one call to principal inspections. Jeremy, can you go look at these houses? It's one call to fast track. Hey, guys, can you go out and give me an estimate on these houses? It's one call to benchmark. Hey, guys, I need to get insurance on these properties. Can I get a quote? I need flood, and I need fire and AOP, or P&C if you really want it. The consumer version of that is P&C, property and casualty. This is what I need. I'm literally making one phone call to put 4 or 5 houses under contract. How many conversations do I have to have with my realtor to buy 4 houses? 1, right? All right. Can you give me, hey, Audrey, can you give me the update on this one, this one, this one, this one, this one? Yes, this is where we're at on all 4 of these. As opposed to one house at a time. We're just going to buy one, then we're going to buy the next one, and then I would much rather just go, can we buy 6 in this neighborhood? Let's go buy 6. Now, for some of you, you may buy 4 houses the entire year. That's totally cool. Why not buy them all at once? Why not just, if they're all good deals, just buy 4 at once? Who cares? Why wait? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? I've never really understood that. I talk to a lot of investors. I've got an event this week. I've got the Redneck Country Club event is Wednesday night next week. And I'll talk to all these investors, and everyone's waiting for something. Oh, I'm waiting. Waiting for what? If you know what you want, and you know the kind of return you want, why don't you buy all of everything today? I don't understand the waiting. If I'm looking at deals that are 20 to 30% cash-on-cash return, what am I waiting for? A 40 or a 50? Am I waiting for 100% cash-on-cash return? Because the reality is what's that old saying? Hogs get fat and pigs get slaughtered? I mean, the pigs will get slaughtered. This is how you get slaughtered in this market. You don't do anything. You just don't do anything. How much does your money make if it's not in a deal this month? It makes about 0. That's what it makes, 0. Or I guess if you're invested in Apple, because they've got a big announcement Wednesday, so maybe you'll make a little money there. What's the risk? That's a whole nother radio show. So what's your money making? Why are we waiting? Oh, Jason, I got a couple $100,000 or a few million to put in real estate. Okay, great. Let's do it today. What? Yeah, let's do it today. What kind of rate of return do you want? I always love this. Hey, what are you looking for? Well, I'll buy anything if the numbers are right. Well, what does that mean? I'm not trying to be purposely a pain in the rear here. What does that mean? Do you even have reasonable expectations? Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to go to that event next Wednesday. It's not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. There'll be 1,000 people there.
2 minutes.
You know how many of them probably bought a house the last month? Not 1,000, I can tell you that. But I'll look at a deal if the numbers are right. Well, what does that mean? Oh, I want to be out of pocket nothing. I want a free house. Well, guess what? You're going to be waiting a long time along with all these other 1,000 people. And how much is your money earning? This is my favorite. How many houses have you bought in 2018? None. But I'll look at anything that looks like a good deal. Hey, bro, it's September 10th. How much has your money made since January? 0. Well, what if you in January just bought that house where you were $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 out of pocket that earns you 30% cash on cash? If you bought that house back in January, you'd be way ahead now. Oh no, we're waiting for what? What are we waiting for? Most people use the waiting game. 99.7% of them use the waiting game excuse because they're scared. They got so much fear. Oh, they'll go to all the networking events. They'll eat all the free chicken and beer they can get their hands on. But when it comes down to being a real investor, they can't pull the trigger. And the sad thing is, it's their family's legacy that's on the line. It's building that legacy with real estate that's on the line. We get back from the break. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know, the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding the potential liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group Protect. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. When you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money.
Now it's all
Benchmark
making
has been in
sense.
business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353 or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals
30
all
seconds.
over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. We're all waiting for something. Everybody's sitting around, I'm waiting. Hey, Jason, this is classic. I'll meet somebody at a real estate event. Oh, man, I'll look at anything that looks like a deal. Well, what does that mean? We're literally just going on MLS. Look, folks, we teach real estate. We could teach at an extremely high level. We can show you how to build a 100+ a year house buying company. We can show you how to do all the marketing for that, find motivated sellers, to find really great deals, to help build a massive flipping, wholesaling, rental portfolio. We show you how to raise a ton of money. I mean, we've got some really slick, technical ways to get people to call you and sell you a house. We've got all the really cool sales technique. We've got all this really high-level stuff to build a business. But what amazes me is how many people will chase after the next coolest thing as opposed to getting really good at the fundamentals. You can buy houses from wholesalers and on MLS all day long. Now, you need the right real estate agent. You still need to know how to negotiate with these people. You still have to know where to get the money from. You've got to know how much it costs to rehab. So let's not discount the skill set of buying a piece of property. But one of the things I'll see, and it's the theme of today's show, is I will go to these networking events and I'll hear, Jason, there's no deals out there. There's no deals out there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You think I'm making money? I'm making offers on properties I'm going to lose money on? If you're a landlord and it cash flows, surprise, it's a deal. It's that simple for landlords. I got to ask this question this weekend. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite question. Jason, it comes in two forms. Jason, I hear I need to get started in wholesaling because it's the easiest thing to do in real estate. And this is the second kind of question I get asked all the time. Hey, Jason, what is the easiest way to make money in real estate? And I will tell you, mind-numbingly easy. Like, it gets boring after a while. The easiest thing to do in real estate is to be a landlord. It is mind-numbingly simple. Now, when you get started, there's a lot to learn. It's got a relatively steep learning curve, but it plateaus real quick. Like, it just flat as a board real quick. Once you do one or two of these things, you can do 1,000. They're really not that different. Now, when you get into flipping, that's a little bit different. Depends on the neighborhood, the type of rehab you're doing. All that. But landlord, it's pretty simple. So when I get around a networking event and I hear, hey, what's the most simple way to do this? What's the easiest way to get started? I'm like, start buy and hold real estate. Over the long term, and by long term, I mean 3 years, you will make way more money than any of the other ways to invest in real estate. Way more money. Not only that, but it's also mind-numbingly simple. You buy a house that cash flows. I mean, Dr. Dotzauer's comment about what's an investment, and his definition is fantastic. He's the former chairman of the Texas Real Estate Center, Texas A&M. And one of my favorite thing he says, let me give you my definition of an investment. It's something you know something about that cash flows. Something you know something about that cash flows. Here's my favorite part when he says something you know something about. He says it just like this. What do you know better than a house in the neighborhood that you live in? You know the schools, you know the people that live there, you know when HEB is moving in. That's always the big if you live in a newer neighborhood and then you hear the HEBs coming, I mean that's a big deal. For those of you outside of Texas, there's two big things in Texas. School districts and HEB. How I'm not even kidding. How good are the schools and how far is the nearest HEB? And the rest of it's kind of doesn't really matter at that point. How close is that HEB? How good are the schools and how close is HEB? That's a grocery store, by the way. So the question is, what are we waiting for? There's a young couple that just moved to Texas, and they got a couple of bucks sitting in their pocket, and they want to start investing in real estate. And they've been around real estate for 3 or 4 years now. And I got a text message this weekend. They said, hey, I think we found a really good duplex. Do you want me to put the offer in your name? I was getting the text message from her boyfriend, and she's a real estate agent. She was on the same text message chain. And she said, no, I want it. And he asked her, he said, hey, do you have you got all your documents, got all your paperwork ready to go on this property? And I texted back, I'm like, who cares? Let's do a 30-day close. Let's just have her get it under contract. And once we get it under contract, we got 30 days to sort out all the other stuff. And you can easily sort out paperwork, pre-qualification. You can get money, you can get title. You can get all that stuff sorted out in 30 days. If it's a good deal, let's not wait. Let's get it under contract. Let's just do it right now. And they were like, okay, great. So I don't know if they got it under contract. They probably made the offer. If they get it under contract, today's the day where we're going to scurry around and say, all right, where can we get money from? Send it to this banker. Let's talk to a couple private lenders. Let's get it in front of title so we make sure title is clear. They can start getting the title commitment. Let's get the stuff in front of insurance. Let's get Jeremy out there from principal inspections. Get rehab estimates from Fast Track. If we need insurance quotes, we got Benchmark. Foundation Checks going to go out there, take a look at it. Jet Lending can do the loans. I mean, it's like we can deploy a lot of activity around a deal that we have control under in literally 2 or 3 hours. We can. This is what people don't understand about real estate. They think they can do this on their own, and they can't. There's a great. We were at a new church yesterday, and I read a great quote that talked about working in teams, and it was actually from Malcolm Gladwell's book Tipping Point. And I'll see if I can find it. And I'll read it to you here in the next break. But one of the things I thought was fascinating is he basically says, in order for you to change your behavior, meaning if you're not a successful real estate investor now, or you don't think you're as successful as you could be, in order for you to change your behavior, you need to get around those people that are doing the things that you want to do. It's that simple. I can tell you right now, we're in the middle of a project where we are doing a Where Are They Now VH1 style real estate investor. In other words, people who have come through our classes, we're seeing where they are now, the ones that are not members of Right Path Real Estate. And I can tell you right now, this is just preliminary numbers. I don't have all of them in front of me yet. We're still going through this process. upwards of 60%, if they do not become members, upwards of 60% are no longer in the real estate business 6 months later. 60%. That's a 60% failure rate in 6 months. Why? Because they didn't get into a community. They didn't get into a group of people that are doing this every day. Speaking of which, Friday, for those of you who are in our Passive Investor Network, who are in our Basecamp group, we are hosting contracts and cocktails here at the office. I'm literally going to sit at the end of the conference table in my office, and I'm going to pull up MLS, and Paul is going to sit at inside my office there, and we're going to start pulling up properties, and we're just making offers. Who wants this one? Who wants this one? Who wants that? We're going to buy houses on Friday. We're going to put stuff under contract. And Elizabeth's going to be there from our transaction team, and she's going to take your earnest money check, your contract, and we're going to start buying houses. We're going to get on the phone with real estate agents. We're going to get on the phone with wholesalers. We're going to be putting properties under contract to buy. It's cocktails and contracts. First time we've done this, but literally I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks now. Well, except for I do it at the Flying Saucer. Just truth be told, I'm sitting there at Sugar Land Flying Saucer. I got HAR open. I'm probably going to do this today too. I'm going to sneak out of the office at about 1, 2 o'clock, maybe even earlier. Got to look at my meetings, and then I'm just going to sit there and we're just, hey man, make an offer on this, make an offer on that, make an offer on this. Let's go. Let's stop playing, or let's stop pretending to be a real estate investor. We had a girl that worked with us years ago. And we've told her, hey, we would love to have you back. She's fantastic. Her name's Jamie. Jamie and I were sitting in the conference room 2 years ago having this conversation about RightPath. And she said, you know what most real estate education companies do? And I said, no. She said, they teach everybody the language. They can teach definitions. They can teach the language of a real estate investor. And you go to a networking event and all these people talk the talk. But really all they're doing is playing dress up. And I thought, oh, that's perfect. They're dressing up like a real estate investor. But when it comes to sitting down, making offers, buying houses, they're not doing it. And I'm telling you guys, the whole point of education is action. Whether it's your undergraduate degree, that whole baccalaureate experience, going to graduate school, whatever, it's to go do something. That's where the rubber meets the road. It's the action that's so important. You can be the most educated person. In fact, I meet real estate investors that from a book smart standpoint know more about real estate than I do. But you know how much property they own? 0. Are you really a real estate investor, or are you just a real estate learner? And I'll tell you, action is what matters. Let's go out and buy some houses. It's Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Taxes. Just the sound of that word makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at AndersonAdvisors.com. And don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Selecting a foundation company
30
and their
seconds.
product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825
Morning, Jimmy.
or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. It's the doing that matters. The rest of this is, I mean, once you get the education, it's the doing that's important. I'll never forget when Tom and I started talking about Right Path. We started doing the radio show, and we built all our different club membership levels. I remember having the discussion. I'm like, man, people can learn the technical content, the transaction. You can go to a website and learn how to do it. You can call your title company and say, hey, how do I buy a house? That's not really stellar information. There's no secret how to buy a house. There's not. It's just get the thing under contract and close on it. The real trick in this business is in a couple of different areas. What are you marketing for? In other words, what houses should you be buying? That's really what marketing is. What are the houses I should be buying? The second thing is once I've identified what those properties are, how do I negotiate in such a way that I won't lose money on this deal? That's really the quote salesmanship in this business. Sometimes we talk about sales and we think that this is like a business negotiation, right? I've done plenty of those where it's B2B and there's this $1 zillion contract and we're trying to do this and there's a competitor trying to get it. That is not sales. That's not sales that we talk about here. really what we're doing is we're negotiating in order to ensure that we don't lose money on a deal. That's really what's happening. It's really not even sales, it's risk management. That's really what we're doing. We call it sales. That's in action. That's not what it is. So first thing is are we identifying the houses that we want to buy that are going to meet our goals? The second thing is, are we putting these things under contract and allowing us to be able to win? And then the third thing is really all the operational stuff. How do we get it? Okay, we got it under contract. What do we do next? Okay, we've started a rehab. What do we do next? And then the fourth thing is money. Where do we get the money to do all this? That's the four things that run this entire business. And I don't care if you're a wholesaler, flipper, buy and hold investor, or you're a lender. And by the way, it doesn't matter what type of real estate you're doing. These are all the same. In fact, one could argue this is how any business works. I could literally be talking about tire shops right now or leverage buyouts of company. I mean, it's all the same stuff. It's really all the same stuff. The problem with the I'm going to wait crowd is what they're trying to do is either not provide any action because of their fear, or they're so greedy, they're waiting for the smoking hot deal that might come along once a year or twice a year in their mind. Here's the reality. This business doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. The best analogy I can come up with, if you're the guy or gal, you're the investor that's looking for the smoking hot deal with no money out of pocket that the bank is going to pay you to buy, is quite literally like expecting to walk up to the plate every time you swing and hitting a grand slam. The statistics that says you are going to do that is about 0 when the only time you are going to bat is when the bases are loaded. It is statistically impossible for you to do that. It just is. How those deals are made, I'll give you a great example. We got a member in our PIN group, and I got an update Friday on this one deal. He bought a house. I think Houston House Buyers even wholesaled him. I can't remember where he got the deal from. We were somehow involved. We found him the deal or we sold him the deal. I can't remember. Buys the house. Does the rehab. When he bought it, we thought the ARV, the after repaired value, was $140,000. I think he was going to be $15,000 or $20,000 out of pocket to buy the deal. Turns out, after Fast Track did their rehab, side note here about Fast Track, a little pro tip. Fast Track's not the cheapest in town. I can tell you that right now. They'll tell you that. No big surprise there. But here's one thing I will tell you, working with Fast Track for as long as we have. I want to say 50 to 60% of the time we work with Fast Track, in fact, it may be 90% of the time. I have to go back and look at the data. Our appraisal will come out higher than we thought because of the quality of rehab they do. A lot of people miss that. How much money you're out of pocket has the type and level of rehab you do has a big impact on that number. So let's go back to the story. This gentleman buys the house. We think it's worth $140,000 when he fixes it all up. He fixes it up. They get the appraisal back last week, $163,000. There was an extra $23,000 in equity, part from appreciation, but the other part was the quality of rehab that Fast Track did. They crushed it on this property. It's a gorgeous house. And they got $23,000 more in equity, which means what? They're out of pocket a whole lot less. One of the things I see in this business is people are always trying to pinch pennies. And they're pinching pennies despite $100 bills blowing out of their back pocket. In fact, in this case, it wasn't even $100 bills. It was $10,000. I mean, it was $23,000. I mean, Sometimes I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Oh, I'm going to use my other rehab contractor because he's cheaper. Yeah, he's cheaper for a reason. You know, there's a big difference between a Lexus LS and a Camry. Big difference there. Both reliable cars, both great, but one of them's a whole lot nicer to drive in. So here's the reality. You are not going to find deals like this guy got unless you're in the market making offers. Some deals you're going to be $5,000 out of pocket. Some you're going to be $25,000. But here's what I can tell you. Appreciation is running at 6% a year here in Houston, Texas. It's like $10,000 a year. It's almost $1,000 a month just in appreciation. So while we got some real estate investor over here that's, oh, I'll buy anything if the numbers look good. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by numbers look good? Because I'll tell you right now, we're looking at rates of return, cash on cash return between 10 and 30%. That's not good enough for you. And then you add on appreciation. If you're $25,000 out of pocket and that property's bringing in $1,000 a month in appreciation, that's almost 50% on appreciation alone. What numbers are you waiting for? I see that all the time. I'm waiting. What are you waiting? I don't get it. Are you waiting for are you waiting for that Nigerian prince that says he's got $11 billion out there for you if you would just wire him $5,000? If you guys remember that email chain that comes around every now and then. Are you waiting for that equivalent in real estate? Because here's what I'll tell you. It's here. It's right here. I'll tell you another lie that the real estate gurus will tell you. Oh, well, we're going to wait for a crash. Really? What's the problem in a real estate crash? You're chasing the market down. That's what happens in a real estate crash.
2 minutes.
Tom and I talked about that last Wednesday. You're buying houses that you think you're getting at 70% minus repairs because nobody else is buying. That's not true. What ends up happening is there's so many real estate investors in the market that we continue to drive down the price of these houses until we hit a floor. Let me tell you what a floor of a real estate market looks like. It's where all the investors are coming in and saying, I'll buy everything at that number cash. Let me tell you what's going on in a lot of real estate markets in Houston, Texas right now. There are investors that are walking into these markets and buying everything with cash. I just got a house under contract. I won't tell you where it is in Houston, but let's just say it's the southeast side of town. And I was looking at all the comps. All the comps are cash sales. By the way, these aren't $50,000 houses either. ARV is close to $300,000. And anything below about $200,000, they're buying everything with cash. Like literally that entire neighborhood has been bought with cash for the last year since Hurricane Harvey. Oh, but Jason, we're waiting for the real estate crash. Sorry, bud, it's here. Anybody with any cash is going into certain submarkets in Houston, Texas, and they're buying everything they can get their hands on. Everything. I sent an email out or text message last week when I put a couple of properties under contract in a certain neighborhood. And I instructed my agents, I said, buy everything in this neighborhood below this price. Buy it all. All of it. And they said, Jason, what if we get too many houses under contract? I said, I'll go find the money. Buy everything. The dip is already here. Now's the time. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisal.
I cannot find that quote.
Appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Selecting a foundation
30
company
seconds.
and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Just cranking out an email right now. Look at another deal in Katy. I think you're going to be all in on this one for like 130. At least according to the pictures and the rehab estimate. It's renting for $1,600 a month. Oh, but Jason, I'm going to be $25,000 out of pocket. Yeah, and it's probably going to make you $500 a month in cash flow, like $6,000 a year on $25,000 in. Explain to me how that's bad. You know what I'm starting to realize? I was chatting with some of my folks from California this weekend, and we're just so spoiled down here. We really are. I love asking this question, and I do it at every single event I go to. How many of you guys regret not buying more property 5 years ago? Everyone raises their hands. And then I'll say, okay, everybody put your hands down. How many of you regret buying too much property 5 years ago? Nobody raises their hand. 0%. Zero. It's not one or two guys that go, yeah, I bought like 20 houses and it turned out horrible. Or I had like 3 flips and it was awful. I have not met a single person that has said, yeah, 5 years ago, I really wish I didn't buy all that real estate. Jason, I really wish I didn't buy all that stuff. I go to events with we're talking about, I am in front of thousands of people a month. Not a single person tells me, oh, I wish I didn't buy all that real estate 5 years ago. I hear the exact opposite. Like, man, I wish I just sold everything. I sold everything in my house, like sleeping on a cardboard mat just to buy another house. Like that is the sentiment of most real estate investors. Like, I wish I bought everything 5 years ago. Here's what I can tell you. If you don't start buying houses today, you will have that exact same regret 5 years from now. Guaranteed. You will have that regret 5 years from now. So if you guys want to learn what Right Path is, what we teach, how to buy real estate, investment grade real estate, go to rightpathrealestate.com. We have an event tomorrow at 6:30. Love to see you here. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. You can sign up there. We also have one at noon on Thursday. And for those of you on our Passive Investor Network, it's Contracts and Cocktails this Friday. We're going to sit in my conference room and bang out the contracts. Just bring your checkbooks. That's the most important thing. Bring your checkbooks and a blue ink pen, because we are going to be writing contracts, buying houses on Friday. So can't wait to see you guys in. Tom will be on the show tomorrow with Build Your Team Tuesday. Tom and I will be both in studio Wednesday morning. Thanks for listening, and I will see you guys Wednesday.
All right, mic's off. Have a good one.
Great, thanks.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio.